$5,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farrakhan is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings.
Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Sulman Rahim here, Messenger Covenant, Breaker 7 Seals. Well, they're active. They're taking down my videos. YouTube's, they're not doing it directly. Imagine the background, somebody's complaining or whatever, and they got to look around, the video's not available. Right? Every time it plays while it's live, it's playing. So it's not YouTube doing it because it plays live. As soon as I stop streaming, I'll go back and look at it, it's not available. It's available as long as it's live. Some have live for 18, 20 hours. See? So it's not YouTube doing somebody's, so, hey, let them have fun. See, can't stop anything. Like trying to stop the sun from coming up, right? Yeah. Think about it. You get this guy come along, he says, the sun's not coming up anymore in the nighttime. Some people might believe him. They used to do that back in, a long time ago. It was an eclipse. Then somebody would say, hey, man, the sun's not coming back anymore. And he might have an hour, 2 hours. He'd be surprised to get people, yeah. And then the eclipse goes away or the sun comes up. You have that. See? If you understand wavelengths and frequencies and thought processes, you see that because they're on the same wavelength that person. So he can deceive those people on the same wavelength frequency on. That's why we got to make sure no one on our wavelength frequency is about deception. You see, that's what happened with Elijah. Because Elijah put Farrakhan on the same wavelength frequency that they were on. Right? And so therefore they listened to him. He was able to attract them, get them. Let's go a little deeper. I'm gonna go a little deeper today than I have before. I said, I'm doing it every day, every time I go deep, because we're here. We're at the end of days. We're at the greatest time in history right now. None of you really understand what's going on. And I've been giving you the basics, right? I can't get to the detail because I can't get to the multiplication, division, and the trigonometry and the algebra because you still do it as subtraction. And we're going to talk about, well, because that means you can't rise to the second floor because that gravitational force of the first floor got you. That's the gravitational vortex. So the gravity on the first floor is so strong, right? American Dream and everything else. Your mind is strong enough to overcome it. So therefore, you can't go to the second floor. You can't imagine the second floor. You see the first floor, you see that. But you don't know what's on the second floor. No one knows on the second floor. The angel tells you, hey, get you up there. See, it's a higher wavelength frequency. You have to rise to it. Once you're on the second floor, you see it. But you can't get there because you're stuck on the first floor. Say, oh man, worry about rent. Or worry about money. Or worry about Christianity or whatever. That's why you can't rise. There's no one. It's just only Lamb was able to break those seals, and none of the Levites was able to rise up. Yeah. So they had to put some fire on that first floor to make them jump, try to force them to go up to the second floor. That's the magnetism of the devils. It's got them. That if you cling to world's life, that means you cling to the devils. You cling to their mindset. You're on their wavelength frequency. That's where you are. And you You want you energy, use your energy to keep magnifying this wavelength frequency. You know, but you can go to the next wavelength frequency, but you don't do it because you're stuck on this one. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. But they don't come and get this because they can't. So let's move on. I definitely have to keep this short because I have a lot of issues. Like I said, anyway, they're attacking, but they're not winning. They're losing because the fact they're attacking, right? They're attacking out of resistance. See, their attack is in the resistance mode. So you're resisting. Right? That's a form of violence. So they're reacting to. They're attacking me. They react to me. That's good. I want that. Come on, bring it on. The mouth. We're going to. Okay. Breaking news, brothers and sisters. And they're telling you. See, everybody's, oh man, hey, I told you exactly why this is happening, what's causing it, where direction is going. I explain all of those things. But right now, see, they're in a valid decision, so to speak. They're going back and forth, back and forth. If you understand the Injil, you've been paying attention, you know how it's going to end up. So, well, they may do it and know they're going to do it. The war's going to blow. Okay? No doubt about it. Okay? And I'm going to explain a little more detail in a minute. But right now, it's hot. And the people talk about they may blow up tonight. Okay? Definitely by next week and so forth and so on. I'm going to show you why the science behind that too. Hold on, brothers and sisters. Iran explodes. Even the devil's saying, they go to war with Iran, that's going to have a global impact. I've been saying that for years. Global impact. They say oil price will go up, say economic collapse all around the world. They're saying it. But they repeat what I've been saying for years. Anybody's paying attention, I've been saying for years, go out and look at, they're probably going to deplatform me, but go out there. The video's been talking about this for years. Exactly what's going on right now. Silence. Who the people are, is going to be involved in it. When FARRAKHAN comes talking about Armageddon, you see Armageddon? I said, no, you're wrong. It's Middle East. I said it'd be between Iran, Syria had to be taken down. I said, they attack Syria first, after Iran, and then that's when mass trauma go into action. And Sixth Seal. I said it'd be Gog, Magog, American Britain, falls Israel. How's Assad going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Right? Against Iran. And Master Farad Muhammad, he'd be with Iran. You know how Assad going back and forth, back and forth? Yeah. Red already said the attack. There's going to be a war between Sunnis and the Shia. He didn't say it directly, but he says he's going to attack all, because all the America got based on all the Sunni state, all the Sunni lands. He said he's going to attack all of that. Means that you got a war between Sunnis and Shia. I said exactly that. Exactly, bloodbath between Sunni and Shia. And now you see Iran says, no, if I get in the water, America, Britain, Gog, and false, I'm going to attack all the Sunni countries. And all the Shia going to be behind me. Ain't that what Iraq and Iran just said? Ain't that what I've been saying to you? And another thing, too. I was talking about false Israel. I said, false Israel, the whole idea is to take control of the whole Middle East, right? And then this big thing about Huckabee. It's a big controversy, never been paying attention. You had that interview with Tucker. And that's what he said. No, they can have the whole thing. Saudi Arabia, doing all of it. The truth is kicking their ass. They ain't watch the weather stuff. I said exactly that. I said they after the whole thing. Whole thing. And now the Arabs get nervous. Oh, they tell me, man, you can't be saying that, man. Israel. They get nervous now. I said, you should figure that to begin with. Only reason they took you because Iran is stopping them. Maybe they took all Arabia because Iran is the only one stopping them. I've been saying this. And then he comes out and says, yeah, oh, they're going to get Arabia, all of it, get all of it. That's the truth. It's like, sun, when the sun starts rising and the dawn, it's very light, right? And it gets brighter by noon. It's very hot. And it's getting noon, about noon now. So all these clowns out there with that bullshit, right? They're like having the stars. They shine bright at night, right? But then when the sun comes up, they disappear, don't they? When the sun comes up, I tell you, all you have to do is look at nature, it tells you what's happening. They shine. Everybody look at them at night. Oh, in the night, I'm looking at stars. Oh, I'm looking at the son of Shem. I'm looking at Ben X. Oh, man, they look so bright. And then the sun starts coming up. And once the sun comes up, they ain't around anymore. But the sun is, and it's burning your ass. God and sisters, if you're part of this body, it's your time now. Your time now. Oh, it's a glorious time. And those bullets will be flying any day now, any minute now. Let's move on. I gave a time frame. I'm not going to go over it. Maybe it's silence. It was a silence for about 6 months. Right? The attack was in June. It'd be silent for approximately 6 months, half an hour. And then it started back up again, right? Last week in December, beginning of January, right on time. Okay. But let me say a couple of things. I'm going to keep this. You know, this is the greatest time in history, brothers and sisters. It says the message of the covenant would purify the Levites. Still as gold. Why I mention gold there? See, I tell people to start thinking, but they don't want you to think. They got you to think on a two-dimensional level. That's the emotional level. I mean, you still think. You just think on the emotional level. Animals think on the emotional level. You think animals don't think? Right? They think very simply. They don't have language. You have need language to think, but they got language. They say, wow, and all that kind of stuff. That means something to them. The lion, he knows, hey, sneak up on the zebra downwind, wind blowing towards him. Right? Away from, if the zebra is there, it's blowing in direction towards. That means the zebra don't get a chance to smell him. How the lion knows that? How he knows to do that? There's no instinct. How he knows to do that? If you do it the other way around, the zebra going to smell him. He can't sneak up on him. How he know to do that? Elijah Muhammad said they have language because he said Master Muhammad could speak the language. I think of the birds. I forget. He says he speaks some of the languages. They're very, very basic, but they speak to each other. Very, very low. Very, like I said, you need language. So if you only know 2 words, then like for 40 years, we only knew about 2 or 3, 4 words. Yes, sir, master. No, sir, master. Please, master. I'm sorry, master. And that was about it. That was the limit of your thoughts. And some of you still in that situation because you don't go and learn and read. Or you want NFL and you can't spell NFL. You need words to think. So you just study and get more information. More information then the deeper your thinking is. If you got very simple information, your thinking will be very simple. And most year, I didn't realize about, I come to realize a lot about people have never read a book. But they know all about NFL and Michael and Magic and all that stuff. Kobe. So that means they got very little knowledge. So their actions are going to be limited to the knowledge they have. Even if it's bad, it's bad when they got limited, plus it's bad on top of that. So, man, that's going to change in a minute. The concepts. The more concepts you have, the more words you have. Words are concepts too. Then the deeper your thinking is. I'm going to give you an example in a minute. Okay? The thing is that there's a culling. When it says he purifies, how do you purify them? There's many ways to purify. You put something in the furnace, you burn off the impurities. Another way to purify something is to remove the weak, spoiled parts. Like sometimes you get a fruit, or you get a vegetable or something, and you see some parts are spoiled, but still part of it is just spoiled part. So you want to remove it. You don't want that part, you keep the rest. That's part of the purification process. Not just going through the tribulation. That's the furnace part, just burning off the impurities. The other one is just pulling out. That's why I told me that tree, cut that tree down. It's rotten. It's not producing anything. Cut out. They said a rotten apple will spoil a whole bunch. So you're not thinking deeply because you're not studying. And now even people that watch these videos, I notice things they're saying, they ain't studying, they were hearing. And it's partly my problem because I don't speak that well. Maybe I I don't need a speaker. I ain't going down that route like Elijah did, with a FARRAKHAN. He speaks well. Right? Yeah, he can put them vibes, he can put them wavelengths and frequency out there very clearly. Okay. So I'm working on it. Anyway, let me move on, brothers and sisters. I'll probably go a little deeper tomorrow because I'm too much time. Well, let me move on. Watch this. Now, just play it. Let me play it. Watch this. Now, see, what is that all about? That's a supernova. That's a supernova. Star explodes, supernova. So it doesn't just explode, it's pulse. Now what's happening here is that what causes it to explode, because it gets energized. So it means now remember, it's gravity is hold together. But energy causes it to expand. So it gets more energy. Remember, the universe is constantly changing. So it gets more energy, so it starts expanding. But the gravity is able to pull it back. Then it gets more energy, expands even more. But the gravity is still strong enough to pull it back. But then again, it gets more, and gravity it's not strong, boom, then that's explosion comes. That's what supernova black pulses. What does that mean? That's what's going on right now. Let's put it another way. Discipline is the gravity. Okay? So we've all been energized. Now, and the devils is a little complicated because they have internal energy and external energy. Now, I don't want to go too deep in this, brother and sister. They have internal and external energy. I said they don't need as much internal energy as we do. That's how they had more external energy. They could do all things we couldn't do because they had, like I said, if I make $1,000 a month, you make $1,000 a month, I got a Lamborghini, all my money is going to maintain Lamborghinis. I can't do anything. I got in the garage. I'm signing up and everything else, but I can't have money for gas. But if you got a Volkswagen Beetle, it only costs you $100 a month to maintain. They got $900. And you ride about town, you driving around, you're doing your thing. See? Because you don't need that much internal energy. Understand? See? So the thing is, that's why he made Adam. He didn't need that much internal energy, so he didn't have to go to energy deprivation. He could rule, because he had more energy to do that with. But it'd be weak rule because he had least discipline. It wouldn't be a disciplined rule. He wouldn't have a disciplined rule. Okay? Because he's not disciplined. Yeah, he has very little discipline. Make me to shed blood. But he would rule. We have a lot of discipline, but no energy to rule with. So since we have a lot of discipline, we can submit to them without blowing up. You see how this comes together, brothers and sisters? I'm just saying another way. So because we have a lot of discipline in order to suffer under them without to submit to them under the circumstances. But Jinn didn't have that much discipline. He said, "Man, we can't do it." See? So we have a lot of discipline, but no power. We have a lot of power, very little discipline. See, they had a lot of energy, but no discipline. Say power wasn't that strong because you can take, discipline times energy equals power. We got a little discipline, but they had power. We had no power. Understand that? Okay. So in that case, it's a little special case because their discipline is failing. Their discipline is failing. So that means they have more external energy. Okay. So what's happening right now is the discipline is failing, right? That means the energy they have is causing them to expand. See, because they can't have that discipline to keep it under control. That's why they're going to try to take all this kind of stuff, everything else. That's why all that focus is externally, not internally. Understand? Okay, so they're going through the same thing, but it's going to even be more dramatic once we start realizing the energy burst. That sister, like I said, I use that sometimes because sometimes it makes more sense than we got had a female perspective, right? Right? She said energy burst. I said, yeah, okay. So, but anyway, we get that energy burst, right? We ain't there yet. We're about to have that. I want to speak to that in a minute. The thing is that they're having that situation because their discipline, remember, they have in other words, put like this, if the gravity is holding that star together, starts declining, the star going to expand because the gravity's holding together. But if the gravity gets weaker, it's starting, right? So you get the same thing as a supernova situation. Only that because, not because it's being energized, more energy, because it's opposite. The gravity is getting weaker. So it just gets the same action. It has to be weaker to try to expand, right? But the gravity is still strong enough to keep them going up, right? But the gravity is a little weaker, so it expands it. Then poof, the gravity just explodes. You get the same thing. Okay? That's what they're experiencing. So you see they keep making a move towards the ram, but they slow. Then they go into this, right? Now they get, that's what's happening. See? They go on, then it gets more, right? Like last time they did more dramatic. Now about to explode. But in this case, I can't say it for sure, but if it's simultaneous that we get that energy burst at the same time, it's happening. Oh man, ooh, 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 ooh. And I think that's what's going to happen. See, because the energy burst causes us to expand. You see, and so let me keep this isolated. That's what's happening with them right now. You see, like a pulsing. They go and then they back up. Well, then they get this spin. Oh, they go after him again, stronger. And now they say, "Well, we're gonna really blow now." And it can happen any time now. It can be happening when I'm talking because everybody's expecting it to happen. A lot of people say it's gonna happen within 24 hours before morning. See, but that's them because they're losing their discipline. That's why, see, look at all the stuff they're doing. They're doing all crazy stuff because they're losing their discipline. So therefore, they have that reaction. Right? They're going to take everything, right? They're attacking everybody. Then they pull back, attack, boom, boom. Okay, got that on that side. Now look at us. Now we get the energy burst, right? We're going to pulse, we're going to pulse too. See? Because the problem is, we'll get energy, but we don't have that much discipline. We have natural discipline, right? But they taught us to be undisciplined. So we out there hanging out and everything. We have natural discipline, but we train not to use it. Like a lion, you can train a lion not to act like a lion, like a puppy or something. You understand? So that's where the angel comes in at. See? The angel comes in there where it has to get a discipline. Because our people are going to be very energized. They're going to be running all over the place acting. What we're going to do? They're going to have a lot of energy. We all get energized. They don't have the discipline, right? Bring all that energy under control. That's the hardest, bring it under control. You understand the math of it, brothers and sisters? I told you, I got to go deeper because you're going to have this information. I've been holding out for years, trying to get you to understand add and subtraction. But I got to do it because I won't be here. If you get it or you don't get it. See, people are going to get this burst of energy, and they're going to be very energized. But what to do? See? You have a lot of energy, you don't know what to do. And it says, what had happened? It says, Suleiman had to preach to them the four winds. He had, right? That means he prophesied, he gave them the angel. That's what makes come together. Okay? Discipline, boom, they come together. Otherwise, they explode, just like the devils do. See? And demons, they have the same problem. They got just a little more discipline. Their discipline is not fading. They have a little discipline, it's not fading. So they will have discipline enough that will take them but say, I told you that story, right? You understand, brothers and sisters? That's what's going on right now. It's about to blow. Okay? And the way the angels explain it and everything else, and that means we're going to, that's the same time, because it's the way it says it, and the way I understand it at this point, that both have, because we come together. Once they blow, it's war. That means that's at the point where we're going to receive the energy burst. I mean, energy burst is here. It just says momentum was in heaven and earth, but it had come to you all of a sudden. So now we're about to experience it. But you experience it, but with no discipline, you're going to be running around crazy. You have a lot of energy. And not do with it. Okay? That's it. So then you got to preach the four winds. So the four winds that be blowing at that time. See how this comes together, brothers and sisters? It's all there. But you ain't seeing this because you're not studying, you're not paying attention to whatever, or you can't escape this gravitational vortex. You can't escape it. You're stuck on this wavelength. You got to let go of this wavelength. You got to let go of this world's life. You got to let go of it. And you're scared to let go of it. You don't realize, it's a very simple way to look at this. And I'm going to close out, brothers and sisters. It's a very simple way to look at this, right? If you get $10,000 a day, that's what you have to get. That's the way it is. If somebody take that away from you, it's going to come back another way. So you just give it away. It's going to come back another way. Okay? And if somebody's paying you, that means they're controlling you getting that $1,000 a day, right? But you don't. You let it go, it's going to come another way that you control. Okay? My situation here, right? Like Master Thomas here, He was in their system, but he controlled the energy around him, but it was still energy under their control. But let me just put it another way. That's going to mess some people up. Getting a paycheck. Okay, the master, you get that paycheck, right? Say you're out there and you say, okay, you got your own business. Well, you controlling the money coming in now instead of he giving it to you. So I'm saying you're still here in that situation, but now you have control of it. You're still here in the winner, you just have control of it. And they can't see that. You know, my wife finally sees it, right? But it took years because, man, she couldn't understand what I was doing. I just let stuff go. What you doing? And she said, oh, we come back. And we have control of my situation. I'm controlling my situation. I control it. We control it. And she likes it because we don't have nobody's control. I had to let go. Let go that shit farm, $1 million shit farm, get that $1 million gold mine. But you say, oh man, I can't let go of this farm, man. I just want to make $1 million, man. Yeah, but you smell shit all the time. So if you let it go, because man, it's worth $1 million. Yeah, but if you let it go, you still get $1 million back. But you get a farm that you control now. They just can't understand that. So therefore, that means they're stuck on the gravitational vortex, and they'll be left behind. Because nobody's coming. That's why it says the son man, he cleans his house up clean. You're not going to allow anybody that their mind is stuck on this two-dimensional plane here. They ain't coming to the hereafter. They're going to be, you're going to come here on that wavelength. Thinking that way, you ain't going to come there. You're going to come there, and you're going to come there and want somebody to pay you, work for you, tell you what to do and everything else. No. That's why I said you raised your God, so nobody tell you what to do anymore. I don't know why you can't get that. They can understand that. If somebody tell you what to do, explain. It's right there. You can't figure it out yourself. I mean, you're a God. I said, when you get nobody's going to take care of you. That means you have to be a God. Nobody's going to take care of you, watch you, explain stuff to you. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Right? I think I said enough. Right? That's what's happening here. So my opinion is that we're going to realize the energy burst any day now, because based on my understanding of Injil, I got that part wrong. Because we come together, we have to have the energy come together. Every time we realize energy burst, there's a big change in our life. So-called Civil War is a big change. The so-called Civil Rights Movement, a spark changed it. And this is a spark. It's going to change it. Every one of us was a spark. A spark happened, and all of a sudden our situation changed. It always start with a spark. And so that's a spark that Master Farrakhan is going to ignite. It removed all resistance to your mind so you can receive the new mind. Because the mind you have right now, right? American dream. Okay, but I'm going to show one more time and we'll close. That's another concept. We get deeper and deeper and deeper, brothers and sisters. It's not that bullshit. Those clowns talking, they have no idea what they're talking about. It's another concept. Right? How things work, how stars explode, how life works. You get that energy burst. Because every time what happens is that scripture comes. Scripture tells you how much discipline the discipline you need. Right? For the new season. Because remember, you're going as you get more and more energy, you got to be able to control that energy. They're going to hear all these things will be great. You got to have more discipline. Your discipline has to get off the page because you have so much energy. You get more energy every time, every 50 years, right? Possibly 50 years. But every time as we go back through 73 years, imagine how much discipline you're going to have when you get all the way back to that point. And so discipline, like I said, won't have a backs anymore. And so you have to get more. You get more energy. But if you can't discipline, that means you can't go any further because you're going to explode. You get more energy and you can't discipline it, you're going to explode. That's the end of you. And you're in your seat, you're not going to explode. Because you don't have enough discipline to handle that increase in energy increase. Assalamu alaikum. What is that? Oh, let me see what that is. Oh, yeah. Right there. Don't know. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.